InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today we look at the announcements from Cannabis MedTech Incorporated, trading on the CSE as MTEC and the OTC as CANVF. The Supreme Cannabis Company Incorporated, trading on the TSX as FIRE and the OTCQX as SPRWF, and Cronos Group Incorporated, trading on the TSX and the NASDAQ as CRON. First, looking at Cannabis MedTech, a leading digital cannabis education and analytics company, and Elementa Incorporated, the fastest-growing global women's network focused on health, wellness, and cannabis, who announced a partnership leveraging each organization's educational content and data collection to better serve women across North America interested in the potential health benefits of cannabis. With 35% of women consumers using cannabis for medical reasons, Canvas.me data shows health and wellness issues are primary reasons why women explore cannabis as an alternative treatment. Women report higher rates of conditions potentially alleviated by cannabis, such as pain management, stress, and anxiety, strengthening the need for targeted education focusing on women's issues and cannabis, said Sean Maniz, Chief Executive Officer of Cannabis MedTech. Elementa has established itself as the leading cannabis network for women across the U.S. and Canada, and we look forward to sharing our resources to deliver targeted cannabis education while combining data assets to paint a clearer picture of cannabis consumption among women. The partnership between Cannvas and Elementa positions the companies to delve deeper into the data collected on their respective audiences to better understand and serve North American women who are exploring cannabis as a health and wellness option. Women are among the fastest growing customer segments in the cannabis industry, accounting for approximately 31% of the U.S. market. In Canada, according to Canvas.me, more women than men are trying cannabis for the first time, and nearly half of whom reported exploring cannabis as a medical or therapeutic treatment. Next, looking at the Supreme Cannabis Company Incorporated, who announced that the company has appointed Mr. Nikhil Handa as the company's new Chief Financial Officer. Current Chief Financial Officer Dmitry Namoks will become the company's Vice President of Finance. As the company continues to grow and execute on its business plan, Supreme Cannabis is realigning the leadership of its finance department to further accelerate its international and domestic growth initiatives. Mr. Honda, as CFO, will be responsible for the stewardship of the Supreme Cannabis Finance Department, with an emphasis on capital allocation, planning, and M&A, and transactional execution as the company focuses on expanding operations and distribution of its premium cannabis products domestically and internationally. Mr. Handa joined Supreme Cannabis with confidence, cross-sector capital markets experience. Most recently, he was the VP of Finance at Well.ca, a leading online destination for health, wellness, beauty, and baby products. In that role, he led the finance function, provided leadership across various aspects of operations, and drove key strategic initiatives, including the sale of Well.ca to McKesson Canada. Over the course of his career, Mr. Handa also held a variety of senior finance and operational roles at Restaurant Brands International, the fast food holding company created by the merger of Burger King and Tim Hortons, and majority owned by 3G Capital. Additionally, he was also a key member of the Mergers and Acquisition Group for the RBC Capital Markets. Lastly, we look at Cronos Group Incorporated, who today announced that the $2.4 billion equity investment in the company by Altia Group, trading on the New York Stock Exchange as MO, has closed. As previously announced, Altria's investment represents approximately 45% ownership interest in Cronos Group. Altria has a warrant to acquire additional ownership in Cronos Group, which is exercisable over the next 4 years. If exercised in full today, the warrant would increase Altria's ownership in Cronos Group to approximately 55% and provide Cronos with additional proceeds of $1.4 billion. We're delighted to close this transaction and kick off a relationship that we expect to lead to significant growth and value creation, said Mike Gorenstein, Cronos Group's Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer. Altria's investment in the services they provide to Cronos Group will enhance our financial resources and allow us to expand our product development and commercialization capabilities and regulatory expertise to better position Cronos Group to complete scale and lead the rapidly growing cannabis industry. We look forward to the many opportunities we expect this relationship to create. We're excited to finalize our investment in Cronos Group and to support their talented team, said Howard Willard, Altria's Chairman and Chief Executive Officer. Cronos Group is our exclusive partner in the emerging global cannabis category and represents an exciting new growth opportunity for Altria. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. InvestorIdeas.com podcasts are also available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and TuneIn. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the investorideas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. Investor Ideas does not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by law. Our site does not possess, distribute, or sell cannabis products.